Hello, guys. Hello, people. Hope you had a great week and you're ready to smash this week, right? So, regardless of the outcome of last week, we keep pushing, keep learning, keep trying, right? So, as usual, we're going to be doing a weekly outlook. So, we do our analysis today and to prepare for the market as market opens in a few hours, right? So, as usual, we're going to start with some fundamental recaps to basically have a fair idea of what the economy of the various currency we are trading are faring, right? So last week we really had a lot of fundamentals going on. So that was we're looking at we had the core PPI release, retail sales also released, and we saw the dollar was a bit stronger. I still expect this strong move to continue next week, right? So looking at this week coming, we still have a lot of fundamentals as well. So starting from the 18th, next one is going to be GBP Bank Holiday. So with this in mind, you might be cautioned as you're trading GBP pairs like GBP JPY, USD JPY, Euro JPY, and so on, right? So you might not have a lot of volatility, right? Especially during the Asian session. You might trade those pairs during the London session, but during the Asian session, you might avoid it, right? So on Tuesday, we're going to have AUD news monetary policy, that's CPI as well for Canadian dollars, especially me trading AUD and trading the CAT as well. Right, you can see they're expecting it to the forecast is the same. We're expecting CPI over the year to be the same. Me, I'll mostly focus on CPI for let's look at CPI for the month to see how it's performing for the month, right? So we are expecting to see inflation kind of drop right from 0.6% to 0.1%. Should that happen, if you get a less than expected number here, is going to be bad for the currency because if inflation is going down, that means the central bank or the Canadian central bank is going to be uh, dovish, right? And if inflation tends to increase, we are going to have the monetary policy being more hawkish, right? So look at here, change in the price of goods and services purchased by this. So if actual is greater than forecast, then it's good for currency. So we want to see this figure higher than the forecast we have here. Having a figure higher than 0.6% will make it more better. So on Wednesday, we are going to have the FOMC, which is more something you have to pay attention to. Yeah, so very risky. So you have to pay attention to the federal fund rate which is going to be released. We are expecting to see 0.5%, which I still expect this to be 5.5%. Right, I don't expect to see any increase as well. So just be cautious as you're trading all of this week. So this week we have a lot of fundamentals throughout our monetary policy as well. So from Tuesday all through Friday, right? So before you open any trade, make sure you go through this to see what's happening. Right. So next let's just start with an analysis. So I'm starting with GBP I trade mostly as you can see on my screen here, I trade mostly um GBP pairs, right? I trade mostly GBP pairs. So let's do a quick top down analysis on this pairs, right? So I'm going to start from the daily time frame. I do daily time frame 4 hours and I execute on the 1 hour, right? So yeah, looking at the daily time frame, we can see that we left from an uptrend, then price broke out of this structure here. Now it is retesting here, and we see price actually was testing at this particular zone, right? So opening this for you guys, you see price testing at this particular zone. So what I'm waiting for looking at this, you can see price already forming kind of a bearish structure here, right? We have this low here, we have this lower high here, a lower low here, a lower low. So we see price is kind of forming what a descending structure you can see here with this trend line. So I'm waiting to see if I can get first touch here on the daily time frame, second touch, I'm waiting for a third touch here. And this third touch is in confluence with what? With this with support level that is turning into a resistance now because of this bearish engulfing we have here, right? So I'm waiting to see price. Price already did a rejection here. If you look at candle, you see that we already have a rejection here. Yeah, so I'm still expecting to see if I can get small push here, or if price can close below this zone here, then I will now be taking myself serious because I have this trend line coming from the bottom, right? So now let's go to the 4 hours. So looking at it from the 4 hours perspective, what do you see? Right, still the same view as I'm expecting. As I said, we have what, see this trend line, see prices from what, lower lows and so on, right? So I want to see price what breaking of this zone, or if I see price heading to this resistance zone again, then I will be expecting to see rejections here, and then I'll be selling. But should price break above this zone, right? It's always good to be flexible. If price is breaking above this zone, then I want to see price closing above this 18400, which is my psychological level. I want to see price closing above this zone, right? So price closing above this zone, then we can see maybe price might likely pull up back to this zone at the top here. Right. So as simple as that, this is what I'm waiting for this week. Still remaining, I want to see more sales to the downside from what I'm seeing, information we already have in here based on price action. Right. So let's move on to that's what I'm looking out for GG. I'm just going to be patient, watching out how it's going to play at this zone where it is ranging. Breakout, retest here, give me confirmation, then I'll sell. Right. Breakout of this zone, I want to see price closing here, then that means we might see price pushing back to this zone. Right. That is where I'll be looking for my trades on the 1 hour for entries. So if I go to the 1 hour, this is what I'm looking for on the 1 hour for it to play out. You can see we're having first touch, second touch, third touch. So we might have a breakout here, but if we have a breakout, as I said, I want to see price closing above this zone. That is when I'll be buying to the upside. If not, I want to see price reaching here, formula like out an empath, giving me an empathing kind of a double top formations, then I will sell back to the downside. So that's what I'm looking out for GG. Then looking at GBP card. So GBP card this should actually didn't play out well. So there. So now let's see what we have on G card. So let's start from a daily time frame. So looking at the daily time frame, you can clearly see that as I also say we can most of these GBP pairs, you can see clear that yes, we were in an option, right? We were kind of we were very bullish, but right now price is what price has broken structure, kind of going back to the downside, right? So how do you see that to the downside? Firstly, you take note that what you have here is this was the reason level that price actually broke out, came price actually did what form a double top formation here, thinking that oh this is a reversal, price is reversing, came again form a low here, now actually broke out of structure here. So what I want to see price, I want to see is if you can get a rejection here, there will be a very good point for sales, right? Regardless, so looking at it from this perspective, so as I said, price come here from this bottom here, good indication for sales. Now it is coming what heading to this zone, right? So you might see this zone, then this is a very good level you should be paying attention to as well, right? And so where price is currently heading to, right? So these are the zones I'm actually looking out for. You can see how I map out the zones, so also do as well to mark them on your charts, right? Now, so let's move to the daily time, to the 4 hour time frame to see what next. So on the daily time frame, you can see that we are really in a very structure. You can see that we are really bearish, right? Price has been really giving a lot of opportunities for you to sell. So breakout here, retest, sell, breakout, retest, and so on and so forth, right? So right now, what am I expecting? I'm still expecting price to drop more, right? I'm expecting price to drop more to the downside. So this will be a possible trade you should be looking out for today. I'm expecting this move to drop all the way here, right? So that is if you are taking that move, you are looking at about close to 140 pips, right? So it's a very good move. So I'm expecting price to fall to the downside here. You might wait to see how price is going to react here. If you get to break out here, then you can be taking trades to the downside. So looking at it from the 1 hour time frame, which is my entry time frame. So this is what we have on the 1 hour time frame. You can see price has already giving you retesting here and that low has been formed, right? The only way I want to see prime taking prices rejecting if you can see price actually breaking out of this particular zone. But yeah, I want to see price closing below here, a close below of this zone like this zone like this, then you can sell here. So that's what I'll be looking out for on G card. Yeah, it has really fallen for a very long period of time. So just be patient and watch what is going to happen here. So Next pair we'll look at GBP odd and the Australian dollar. So looking at the daily time frame as well, you can see clearly that we left from um the structure to top here. Actually, we're in an uptrend. Actually, we just had a rejection here. Good, I started rejecting to the downside, right? So if you watch my previous videos on YouTube where I break down this trade, you will see the reason why this was actually presented this sell to the downside. So now we've actually broken through, actually broken against the downside here, and clearly you can see that we are heading downward. So there will not be any need for you to be taking any buy trade here at this point, right? Breakout, breakout. So the only thing you should be looking out for is to catch this sales, right? Looking for a way to join these sales to this downside. That's 200 and something pips, right? So if you can get a little, if you can get a little pullback, observing to see if you can get a pullback somewhere here to here and then we sell. Right, that is just what I'm looking at for now. It's really showing a downtrend and there is no way I'll be buying. If I want to be buying, I want to see price closing back above this zone. Right. Right now it is really showing very bearish, right? So now what are you seeing? So from what I'm looking right now, I want to see price going to reject this on the 4 hours, right? So let's see if we can even get some pull back here and then we can take our sales here, right? So take sales to this zone. You can even take your sales, hold the trade for a very long period of time, and then for a swing trade, you target up to this zone, right? Because that I'm seeing long sales to happen. So that's like 1000 pp if you're looking at Fed. You can start taking trades from year to year and so on and so forth, right? So for swing traders, it's a very good swing trade to hold. But for day traders or scalpers, you might be targeting this intraday zones, right? So from this level to this level, then you take from this level now to the next level, right? But that's what I'm seeing on GBP, right? Very simple as that. I'm going to see just a rejection there, then oh, going to see price what going to see rejection at this level, then I take my sales, right? I will be looking for way to catch the sales, definitely. So you can see price already trying to reject the upside, right? But you can see what is price actually from. It's kind of giving you some sentiment like, okay, you want to form an inverted head and shoulder here. But well, we are still what we remember, we are still very, very, very bearish, right? As I said, I'm waiting for price to reach here, or if price does not reach here and I see a break, I see price actually breaking out of this particular range that we are, right? Then I'll be shooting to the downside like that. Good. So let's look quickly at GBP USD. GBP USD already did the analysis. So GBP USD as well. I'll just take it to the 4 hours quickly. So similar to GBP GPY, we're kind of what in a range down in a what bearish range, to put it that way. So what I'm also waiting for is that we've just broken out of this support zone. I'm going to see a retest, then I'll be selling on GBP USD. As you can see from here, as I said, the reason I'll be selling this pair also confirms with my what with my fundamentals bias. I want to see USD being strong, right? So regardless, bias can still change. You need to be flexible. If everything changed, then you have to look forward. Wait to see price broke out, go back into this zone, then you can start getting buys back. But right now, I'm still expecting price to come to this particular zone. So I'm expecting to see a breakout retest here, and then I'll shoot to the downside, right? So never small, you're looking at close to like 100 pips thereabout, right? That is what I'm looking for on GBP, USD, and last pair on top of your card I want to talk about. We'll be looking at that this week. So US 30 actually played out very well this week. Actually did play out very well, right? So what I saw is price actually moved to the upside and actually reached at 35. That was 35,000, right? So that was where price actually what fell back to the downside, and price actually what price approaching this zone again, right? Price is approaching this particular zone again, right? So what I want to see is I want to see price actually seeing what if I can get a breakout of this zone, maybe then I will know price is actually heading back to the downside, right? So this is what I'm looking at for on US 30. See price breaking out of here, and then I'll take sales here. But if I see rejection, I will still keep buying to this range and just keep selling within this range. Yeah. So that is just what I'm seeing on US 30. Nothing much to see. We are currently within this zone. You can see scalp within this particular zone. So that is that for this week, guys. I'll keep you updated on the other pairs as I keep trading. See you next week.